We've seen a lot of wild conspiracy theories in our day, from lizard people controlling the world to the moon landing being fake, but few are as bizarre and intriguing as the Big Glitter conspiracy. Welcome back, everyone. Here today we're diving into a topic that is sure to leave you starry-eyed and questioning everything you thought you knew about the cosmos. Are you ready? Let's get started. So what exactly is the Big Glitter conspiracy? It's the idea that there's this gigantic, like bigger than the Earth's sphere of glitter or particles suspended in space, maybe surrounding the Earth or further out in the solar system. And this glitter, if you could call it that, has some pretty mind-bending effects on our perception of reality. People who believe in this theory think that these particles are responsible for all sorts of strange phenomena, from UFO sightings to teleportation and even time travel. Some even claim that these particles can carry memories from one place to another, which raises more questions than answers. Like, what kind of memories are we talking about here? And how do they manage to teleport themselves like that? It almost sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. Now, before we dive deeper into this sparkly mystery, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer creativity of those who come up with these theories. The idea of a giant glitter ball in space is not something that anyone would have thought of randomly. It takes a special kind of imagination to come up with something like that. And while some may dismiss it as crazy, we should at least acknowledge the effort and thought that went into creating such a unique idea. So let us give credit where it is due to the imaginative minds that have dreamed up this and other similar theories. Who knows? Maybe there is a bit of brilliance hidden in the sparkle. Now let's move forward. This conspiracy theory has a lot of moving parts and a lot of people have their own theories about what it all means. But before we get into that, let's talk about where this idea even came from. According to believers, it all started with a paper published in 2007 by Nobel Prize-winning physicist Elias Fries. In his paper, he discusses the possibility of empty space being anything but empty. What? Yeah. I had no idea empty space was a thing. Turns out it's a real scientific concept called the Casimir effect. It is basically this weird quantum phenomenon, where empty space can actually be filled with virtual particles that pop in and out of existence. Fries suggested that these virtual particles could interact with each other and with us, potentially creating all sorts of unexplained phenomena. Some people took this idea and ran with it, literally. They began speculating that these particles could also reflect light, creating a sort of glittery effect in space. That's where the glitter part comes in. But wait, let's pause for a second. Fries' paper had nothing to do with glitter. It was just a theoretical discussion about quantum physics. But that didn't stop people from connecting the dots and coming up with their own interpretations. After all, that's what a lot of conspiracy theories are all about. Taking small pieces of information and turning them into something much larger and more complex. Kind of like a cosmic game of telephone, if you will. So what does this mean for our understanding of the universe? Well, according to the believers of the Big Glitter conspiracy, these particles are responsible for all sorts of strange and unexplainable things. One popular belief is that they're behind UFO sightings. Proponents claim that these particles can be manipulated by extraterrestrials to create the illusion of flying machines. Others believe that these particles play a role in teleportation and time travel, allowing objects and even people to disappear from one place and reappear in another. Some even believe that these particles are the key to harnessing free energy, an alternative form of energy that some believe can be used to power everything from cars to homes. And yes, they really mean free energy, like totally free energy, not like paid by the government energy. I don't know, but you might be wondering, where is all this glitter? If it's supposed to be surrounding the Earth or somewhere in space, why haven't we seen it? Well, according to believers, this is where things get really interesting. They claim that the glitter is only visible under very specific conditions, such as during certain astronomical events like meteor showers or when the particles are excited by solar flares. Okay, so it's like a secret code hidden in plain sight. Only those who are initiated into the mysteries of the glitter can see it. I guess that makes me an initiate now. Okay, let's be serious for a minute. While it's fun to explore these wacky conspiracy theories, it is important to remember that there is no scientific evidence to support the idea of a giant glitter ball in space. The concept of empty space being filled with virtual particles is a well-established theory in quantum physics. But that doesn't mean that these particles can reflect light or create the illusion of flying machines. That's just speculation, and there's no evidence to support it. However, that hasn't stopped some people from trying to prove it. Enter Hope Jahren, a geobiologist who gained internet fame for her TED Talk on glitter. In her talk, she described an experiment that she and her colleagues conducted to try to detect these particles. They basically mixed a bunch of radioactive elements together and then put a plate of aluminum foil over it all. If the glitter particles were bouncing around, they should have left marks on the foil, right? Well, they didn't find any marks, but they did find something else. A tiny amount of tritium, a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, had somehow appeared on the foil. Now, this was a pretty small experiment, and they couldn't definitively say that it was caused by glitter particles. But Dr. Yellen believes that it is possible that there may be some truth to the conspiracy theory after all. She suggests that these particles may be made of a substance called graphene, which is known to exhibit unusual properties under certain conditions. Graphene is a form of carbon that consists of atoms ranged in a two-dimensional hexagonal lattice. It has some pretty amazing properties like being super strong and efficient at conducting heat and electricity. But it is unclear how graphene could create a giant glitter ball in space, or how it could be responsible for UFO sightings or other paranormal activity. Despite the lack of evidence, believers of the big glitter conspiracy continue to speculate and theorize about its causes and effects. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll discover that there is some truth to the sparkle. Until then, it remains one of the most bizarre and fascinating conspiracy theories out there. Hey, quick question. Am I the only one who's been eyeing the glitter glue in the craft section lately? It seems almost too perfect for this whole situation. Just saying. In all seriousness though, it is always fun to explore these wacky conspiracy theories, because they give us a chance to use our imaginations and consider alternative explanations for the world around us. Who knows? Maybe there is a giant glitter ball in space, or maybe there is something else that we can't yet understand. But whether or not the big glitter conspiracy turns out to be true, it's a reminder that the universe never ceases to amaze. And with that said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the sparkly mysteries of the cosmos. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe for more fun and informative content. We've got all sorts of fascinating topics covered on our channel, so there's always something new to explore. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. Until next time, keep looking up at the stars and keep asking questions. Who knows what wonders you might discover? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.